For day 7 of the leading BWF Thomas and Newton Cup finals. 16 teams started the week and we're now down to the last 2 because today it's finals day of the Newton Cup, and how fitting that it's the 2 most successful teams in the history of this competition. The 2 most successful teams in the history of the competition contest today's final, and how fitting that it's the 2 most successful teams in the history of the competition who will contest today's final, the 25th edition of the World Team Championships for women. Will it be China, the defending and 12-time winners, who today are appearing in their 16th consecutive final, or will it be Japan, 5-time champions, appearing in the final for the first time?
I'll check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hello, check. Also the master.
I'm here and I'm ready to go. The eyes of badminton fans from around the globe have this week been firmly focused on India's capital city for the oldest and most prestigious men's and women's team competitions in the sport of badminton, the Thomas and Yuba Cups. Welcome to the Siri Fort Sports Complex for day 7 of the leading BWF Thomas and Yuba Cup final. 16 teams started the week and we're now down to the last 2 because today is finals day of the Yuba Cup, and how fitting that it's the 2 most successful teams in the history of this competition who will contest today's final, the 25th edition of the Yuba Cup, the World Team Championships for women. Will it be China, the defending and 12 times winners, who are today appearing in their 16th consecutive final? Or will it be Japan, 5 times champions, appearing in the final for the first time in 33 years since they lifted the trophy on home soil back in 1981? Well, as I say, 16 teams started the competition. They then battled it out in a group stage before coming to the quarterfinal knockout stage. And as you can see, China have got through to the final without dropping a single match. They won all of their matches in their Group 5 love. They won the quarterfinal against England and the semi-final against Korea by the same margin. I might need a little more time on that, but just go with me. Okay, so in the semi-final yesterday, China's dominance continued. Okay. So from the quarter-final stage, it became knockout, China coming through to today's final without dropping a match. India made it through to the semi-final for the very first time. In fact, they led 2-0 in that semi-final against Japan. That finished late last night. It was an absolute thriller. But Japan through to their 7th final in total in Uber Cup competition. Well, China's dominance in that semi-final against Korea, the team that beat them 4 years ago in the final of the Uber Cup. It was very straightforward. The top singles players doing their duty, and the world number 2s in doubles, Bao Yisin and Tang Xinghua, have been exemplary. Of course, they are led by current world number 1 and Olympic champion Li Shuirui. So with the number 1, 2 and 3 ranked players in the world, China's women's singles are very strong indeed. But Japan too have been playing well throughout the competition. Came through winning their group, and yesterday in the semi-final against India, well, India's Olympic bronze medalist Saina Nehwal and then their World Championship bronze medalist PV Sindhu got India off to the perfect start. They were 2-0 up, but Japan fought all the way, winning the first women's doubles in 3 games, and then eventually coming through in the deciding women's doubles to contest a 7th Uber Cup final today. So we have got the standard order of play. We're starting with the first singles, then the first doubles, then we go to second singles, second women's doubles, and we end with the third singles if we get that far. Of course, and just go with the flow. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yep, I will get Morton to put his... do you want to check levels now, or he's sitting here if you would like him to?
Hello, hello. Yes. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And can you hear me all right?
I can hear you very well, thank you.
Yeah, good.
And you me, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that's good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Same to you.
I think so.
Easy, easy. Now, China will win 3-0. No trouble. Are you happy? The way it is?
Not for a major. No, I think the major it's still just too much hard work and trying to mix it. Certain things just don't, well, from a TV point of view, the way they really get put together. The technical stuff anyway, and the people that they're hiring up are great. So that, you know, there's certain areas where you can come together a lot better. I mean, they are doing there is some good things in there, but it's just that when you get down to that finer detail of audio mixing and just all that sort of stuff, all that just hasn't sort of happened properly. So you can have nice things happening, but then the audio mix is all skew F and all over the place. You can sort of put everything off balance again. Yeah, no, certainly would redo the graphics package if it was going to come back in. I mean, the one we'll have for the World Championship will be totally different to this. It'll be totally different. And I'll send samples around too when we're going through the design process for it, just for a few feedback as well.
Okay. What's going to happen? Presumably it will take a fair bit of time to get the awards ceremony organised and so on. Have we got packages, or do you want us to improvise?
Well, I'm going to check that all out because I've only just seen the rundown. I've only just seen the rundown's just been emailed me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to take that long to organise.
Okay.
I think the team's obviously going to be celebrating and pretty much.
with 16 teams, and we're now down to the last two because it's finals day of the Euro Cup. And how fitting that it's the two most successful teams in the history of this competition. Test today's final, the 25th edition of the Euro Cup World Team Championships. China, the defending and time winners, who are today appearing in their 16th consecutive final. Or will it be Japan, 5 times champions, appearing in the final? First time in 20 years since they lifted the trophy on home soil in the 1950s.
China have claimed the Thomas Cup.
China may have grabbed all the headlines of this year's edition of the 2012 Domestic BWF World Superseries finals, but badminton fans received unsanctioned streaming all over the world. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in 2 years' time, live.
Badminton fans from around the globe have this week been firmly focused on India's capital city for the oldest and most prestigious men's and women's team competitions in the sport of badminton, Thomas and Newton Darts. The Surrey Fort Sports Complex is where it's all been happening this week. We started with 16 teams and we're now down to the last two because it's finals day of the Euro Cup, and how fitting that it's the two most successful teams in the history of this competition contest today's final, 25th edition of the Euro Cup World Team Championships.
说起来就好些了。行，好嘞。我就大概几点打过来，我给你打过来就行。几点大概？
Successful teams in the history of this competition. Test today's final, 20th edition World Championships.
Yeah, so when the match finishes, they will go to a commercial break. And in that commercial break, they will, where they have been rolling out highlights clips, they're going to save that for after the commercial break.
Right.
So in between that break, they're just going to keep cutting up pictures of the players and
So at that stage, Morgan and I will just chat about the Cup in general, and then when they come back, we'll follow it on.
So hopefully the players are still
Celebrating.
So I was asking if we've got any highlights that you can say the day before. I sent them the option. know they're going to keep the uni as sort of it's going to highlight the packages, you know, normally keep for standby purposes and things like that. So I don't know. I guess I'm not surprised if they do get a raise, but sometimes
Well, don't worry. There'll be plenty that Morton and I can talk about groups.
but I need to. I mean, these are things I need to make sure that are saved and kept for these reasons as well. So.
Do we know who won the Play Awards last night?
I had that list 3 weeks ago.
But I mean, is it players we're commentating on who won the awards?
It's well, the male is the top weight.
Right.
Sorry, I forgot.
And who's the female?
Even just yesterday, I was sitting out there just about 5:30, just finishing up the clips.
Yeah.
So they could line up last night. So there's Lee Soiree.
Yeah.
The female.
Yeah.
And most promising play was Yamaguchi. What's her first name?
Akane.
Akane.
That's great because obviously those are two players that are in the lineup for today, so that's good.
It's funny, the last few days she's only started cutting the points out.
eyes of badminton fans from around the globe have this week been firmly focused on India's capital for the oldest and most prestigious men's and women's team competitions in the sport of badminton, the Thomas and Yuba Cups. The Siri Fort Sports Complex is where it's all been happening this week. We started with 16 teams and we're now down to the last two because it's finals day of the Yuba Cup. How fitting it is the two most successful teams in the history of this competition who will contest today's final, the 25th edition of the Yuba Cup, the World Team Championships for women. So a very good afternoon. It is day 7 of the leaning BWF Thomas and Yuba Cup finals, and as I say, that means that it's the first of the finals. It's the Yuba Cup final. It is China against Japan. But will it be China, the defending champions and 12-time winners, who are today appearing in their 16th consecutive final? Or will it be Japan, 5 times champions, appearing in the final for the first time in 33 years since they lifted the trophy on home soil in 1981? Well, we started with 16 teams, as I say. They were divided into 4 groups of 4. Everybody played everybody else within the group, and the top 2 came through to the quarter-final stage. China have got through to the final without dropping a single match, including that semi-final against the 2010 winners, Korea. In the bottom half of the draw, well, India made history in the quarter-finals when they defeated Indonesia, because that meant they appeared in the semi-final for the very first time. And yesterday evening, late into the night, well, the fans here in the Siri Fort Sports Complex thought that India might just do it. They were 2-love up against Japan, but Japan came through in the end to reach their 7th Yuba Cup final. Well, China is incredibly strong. They're not only the defending champions, but their semi-final against Korea, they were exemplary. They boast the number 1, 2 and 3 players in the world in women's singles and number 2 in the women's doubles. It is no surprise then that they have been totally dominant in the tournament so far, led of course by their Olympic champion Li Shuirui. Well, the team spirit goes on before the start of a match. The team huddle has become tradition in badminton events now, the team competitions. Well, it was good team spirits that saw Japan through their semi-final late yesterday evening. My goodness, the Thomas Cup squad all down in force to support the Yuba Cup team. Good to see them. Of course, huge shock yesterday with China losing in the semi-final stage to Japan, and they didn't just lose, they lost 3-love. One of the biggest upsets of all time in Thomas Cup history. But as I say, very good to see them down at the stadium. So Japan, well, their semi-final, it started with India getting off to the perfect start, because India's leading 2 singles players, the Olympic bronze medalist Saina Nehwal and the World Championship bronze medalist PV Sindhu, they were the first 2 matches on court, and India led Japan 2-love. The first women's doubles went the full distance, but Japan coming through, as indeed they did in the last match, the second women's doubles, where the 2 Indian singles players were asked to play for a second time. So Japan here by the skin of their teeth, 3-2 that semi-final, and it does set up a lovely contest for today. That is the trophy that they're playing for, the Yuba Cup, named after former England player Betty Yuba, who presented the trophy to the International Federation because she felt the women should have a team competition similar to the Thomas Cup for men. And what a success it's been, this, the 25th edition. And I'm delighted to say that for this final, we have the normal lineup for these team competitions, which means that we start with the top singles, then the top doubles, then the second singles, then the second doubles, and the third singles if necessary. Well, we've seen some odd orders because of players playing twice, but no players today asked to play more than one match. I'm Jill Clark, and I'm delighted to say that former world number one Morten Frost is sitting beside me and leading the players onto court for the first of our matches today. The newly appointed Player of the Year, Li Shui-rui. The announcement of that accolade at the gala dinner yesterday evening. She is the Olympic champion, is Li Shui-rui. And of course, as Olympic champion, Morten, I suppose she has to be favourite for this.
Absolutely, she's top favourite to win. But as you say, Japan has really performed well in this tournament, and they fully deserve to be in this final today. And we are in for, hopefully, some very good matches.
Yes, I concur with that. The little pendants exchanged by the leading players. There are umpire for this one, Carol E. Ariel of Ireland's very experienced umpire.
Ladies,
And her first duty,
yellow?
the toss of the coin.
Yellow.
And of course, if you win the toss, you can choose which end you wish to
Service.
start, or you can choose to serve, or choose to receive. We've had one or two discussions this week, haven't we, Morten?
Yes,
as to
we have.
why they wouldn't choose ends, because there's a definite drift in this arena.
Yeah, they're showing confidence not to do it.
So Li Shui-rui, winner of the Olympic gold medal in London in 2012, beat Wang Yihan in the final. Wang Yihan, of course, for the last two Uber Cups has led the China team. She's now ranked number 3 in the world and 3 Chinese player. This lady, since the Olympics, has taken over as world number 1. Born in Chongqing in Sichuan province, the 23-year-old. Well, she's had a good year so far. 4 tournaments played and 4 finals, winning the Malaysia. 3 times she's lost in the final. The only players she's lost to have been teammates this year. So to the 22-year-old representing Japan, currently number 12 in the world ranking. Well, Wang Yihan, Li Shui-rui, obviously has not lost a match so far, and we can see from that she's played in all 5 matches, won all of her matches in 2 straight games, and very efficiently. If you top that up, I make that 2 hours 35 minutes. So very efficient indeed. Of course, they played against England twice. They played in the group, and then they got drawn against England in the quarter-final stage. Well, Mitani, the 22-year-old, has only played in 4 of the 5 matches. She was rested against Malaysia in the group. Number 12 in the world ranking. She has been in the top 10, was as high as 9. She's won 1 Super Series title, the French Super Series of 2012. In fact, that was the last time she was in a final of an individual tournament. Her win-loss record for this year, a little disappointing by her own very high standards. Just 1 quarter-final, the Korean Super Series. So she's won 3 of her 4 matches that she's played. She lost in the semi-final, a loss to Saina Nehwal in 2 straight games. Tough game against Germany as well, as you can see. That was the first of the group matches. That took place on Monday. So this will be the 5th time that these 2 players have met each other, and that's a little ominous if you're a Japanese fan. But the last time they met, in fact the last 2 times they met, it's gone the full distance, 3 games. So anything is possible. But with the efficiency with which Li Shui-rui has won all her matches, she has to be physically fresh, and she looks rearing to go. Carol E. Ariel, and that really is the rate
Players ready
you
to play,
pronounce it,
please.
she assures me. Mike Wright from England, our service judge. So nervous times for the players involved. We saw from semi-final action yesterday, not just in the Uber Cup but in the Thomas Cup as well, just how vital the opening match within the tie is to the rest of the team, how it influences their attitude, how it sets the tone for the whole encounter. Well, they're in buoyant mood, even though they didn't finish. They'd gone 11:30 last night.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Japanese teammates.
on my right, China, represented by Li Shuri. And on my left, Japan, represented by Pitani Minatsu. China to serve, love all, play.
So the world number one, the Olympic champion, Li Shuri, gets China underway against Minatsu Mitani in the final of the Uber Cup.
Service over.
On their feet
One
already,
block.
first point.
It's going to be a long day.
I have to say the team spirit of Japan last night when they were 2-love down in the semi-final tie against India, they really did pull together, didn't they? Never stopped the support.
No, they did. It was wonderful to watch.
You have to ask the question, though, with China playing in the afternoon session, Japan in the evening session, it being such a tough match. Is that going to have an effect today? They've obviously had less time to recover.
It will have an effect, I think. I think it was a late night for the Japanese team, and they fought extremely hard last night to win it. And but that's just adding on to the sort of pressure you have in this situation as China.
Service over.
Whatever
1-2.
way we look at it, is top favourite to win. So obviously it's not giving making the situation better.
Oh, nice drop shot.
Yeah, good follow up.
Yeah.
Service over. 3-1.
Good drop shot. Very good drop shot from Li Shuri to that forehand corner. It was very short. This
Service
one here,
over.
setting it up.
2-3.
But so far I think Mitani is doing well. And it's still early days, but standing her ground well. And doesn't seem to be too phased about the situation, which I think is quite nice.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's
Good
good.
net shot.
That's good. Got to take up that challenge at the net.
Yeah, just caught a little off balance at the back of the court, didn't get behind the shuttle. Well, on the Chinese coaching bench, former Olympic champion against coaching the current Olympic champion. Two-time Olympic champion, in fact.
I was just going to say.
Yeah. That, of course, is not who we were talking about.
Xiang
Zhang
Ling
Ning.
sitting on that chair behind the court.
Just wide. Now, I should remind you, if you haven't been with us
Service over.
in the week, not only have you missed a real
4-3.
treat, but obviously on this #1 court, we have the challenge system in action. The review system by Hawkeye. If a player wishes to challenge, they're allowed 2 challenges per match. Oh, that is just
That's the way.
magnificent.
That's the way. And we've seen it all through the tournament this week. All the players, men's or women, the ones that really take up that challenge around the net are doing very well.
clear indication of the drift in this arena.
Service over.
Mitani's got to be awfully careful clearing towards her opponent's end of the court in this opening game. Shuttle liable to go long.
Oh, that's good shot.
Service over.
I think you should try to explain once again what it means with this challenge system, because I still think there are lots and lots of people out there who doesn't really know what it's all about.
Okay, yes, well, nowadays the BWF have introduced a system where if there's a close line call and the player disagrees with what the line judge has called, then you're allowed to challenge, and a Hawkeye will then make the decision as to whether the shuttle landed in or out.
Yeah.
And very similar to tennis, if you challenge and you are proved correct, you keep your challenge. It's
5,
Yes.
only if you get it wrong and the line judge is proved right that you lose that challenge, and then you'll only have one remaining.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
play.
Well disguised.
Yeah.
But the shot was too slow and too loose from Mitani, and gave Lisa Ray so many options. Whatever she wanted to play from that backhand position, she could play. And obviously suddenly having to cover the four corners of the court, Mitani was really in a stick there. That's out. Yep.
Service over. 7-6.
I've seen Lisa Ray play on many occasions, and she's a player that can play really fast, very fast and furious. Somehow here, I think she's still insecure. She still haven't found her bearings on the court, and she's not applying that kind of pressure I've seen before, which means that Mitani is really able to follow, is quite comfortable in this pace, and you know, just hanging on.
And extraordinary things do happen in Uber Cup finals, don't they? Do you remember 4 years ago when Wang Yihan, the then world number one, lost the opening singles against Bae Sung Hee? Nobody gave Bae a hope of winning that, and that
That's
set
correct.
up the catalyst for Korea actually lifting
The trophy.
the trophy.
Yeah.
The pressure of playing at number one, the fact that she hasn't really been
Exposed, yeah.
so far this tournament.
That was close going over.
10-6.
But Mitani is doing well. She's sticking to her basic game, just retrieving, getting as much back as possible, waiting for the mistakes of Lisa Ray, and she has done very well.
Finds the line. That's a terrific shot.
But isn't it interesting, as soon as she's under pressure, Mitani, she's buying time by playing these very high clears, getting herself back into position, not really trying to challenge it by playing fast back. She's just plays it up and then take the time and defend it from there.
What a good rally.
Yes. No, she's going to run. Oh, she did that easily.
Oh my goodness.
Going out, yeah.
Well, having done so well within the rally, Minatsu Mitani, she had got the weak reply. It was a fabulous drop shot.
It was that reversed one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then misses with the attempted kill. And that can be soul destroying, yeah. No wonder she's disappointed. Yeah, it was a nice idea.
It was. And I know she was very stretched, but could she have got it even cross short, it would have been a fantastic winner. That one there, look at how far Li Xiaorui would have been from that.
Oh, on a run of 4 straight points, Li Xiaorui. Back level. Make that 5 straight points. From 6-10 down, goes to the mid-game interval with the advantage. Goodness me, both players are so pumped up for this. Totally understandable. 10 minutes. And just 1 point in it. There's Jiang Ning.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
And Chen Jin,
Coaches, please.
former world
Thank you.
men's singles champion. Chen Jin.
Coach.
Coaching women's singles players. Look at that, my goodness gracious.
Some beautiful pictures, isn't it? It's not coming over, it's not coming over. Just take it easy.
Oh.
Yeah. Mitani have to get her defense back in order.
Well, I couldn't help but think when we had that terrific rally and Mitani missed the kill at the nets, I think that's had a psychological effect on the Japanese number 1. Yeah, she missed another. This is a run now of 7 straight points.
Yep, she's got to play with the same patience as what she did in the beginning, and she's got to have her defense back off and running.
Is it just that Mitani is struggling on her defence, or has Li Xiaorui upped her intensity?
She has definitely stepped up. That was what I was looking for before when I said, you know, she's not really found her bearings yet on the court, and I've seen her play faster than what she's doing, and it's definitely coming now. She's gaining a lot of confidence, daring to play all her good shots, and is a lot more attacking now than what she was in the beginning.
No.
Thank you.
So that's 9 points in a row.
That's 9 points in a row. Make that 10 points in a row. She's smashing straight down that line on the Mitani backhand an awful lot. And she's enjoying an awful lot of success with it too.
Yeah. But try to look at it this way. When I said she was giving herself more time before, playing higher lifts, higher clears, getting back into position, she's now really trying to push them past very flat of Felicia Ray, and she's getting punished every single time. She's got to give it a little bit more air. She's got to have that little bit higher lift to make sure she can get back into position. Did you see that opening clear?
Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, a lot more height to it.
Yeah. Making sure her opponent is standing on that baseline, hitting the shots, and be in perfect position herself.
Well, that was 12 straight points, wasn't it?
Yeah, devastating.
Service over, 19-11.
Yeah, more height again.
Service over, 12-19.
The thing is that everyone who has tried to play badminton know how difficult it is to play a shot from the baseline when the shuttle is falling
Vertically.
vertically. Yes, that is so difficult to hit a proper shot on that.
19.
Yeah, like that one.
Yeah, you could hear the hit, miss it.
Oh, well taken.
14-19.
So in my book, the key is for Mitani to take the pace out of the game.
But it was a flatter clear.
And it's getting punished straight away. As you say, very, very good shot, that cross-court smash there. Perfect angle. But she's not back in position.
No.
Mitani. Mitani. Shuttle, please. Mitani. Shuttle, please.
No, just checking where the court has been mopped. There's very heavy
20.
strapping on that
Game
right knee
point.
of Mitani and left knee of Li
Yeah.
Shuai.
Yeah,
Game point opportunities for China.
walking wounded.
A long
Game.
opening game for the world number one and Olympic champion Li Shuai.
First game won by China, 21-15.
Umpire confirming the score, 21-15.
No. Hope,
18
please.
minutes
No
of play. And from a 4-point deficit at 6-10 from that moment on, Li Shuai really upped the pace. 21-15 opening game. Shoji Sato, coach there, and Park Jubong, the taller of the two men, former World Olympic champion in doubles. So the players always know that the call for 20 seconds remaining is an indication for them to return to court for the start of the next game. Well, they still seem in good spirits, don't they, the Japanese team? 33 years since they were last in a Yuba Cup final.
Not a lot. I think the idea was right. She's playing against the drift now. And it's not a lot, only a fraction. She knows it. It's going out on that baseline.
Oh, that is super. Exquisite.
That's a good shot. Look at how far Mitani was away from that shuttle when it landed. She was nowhere near it.
Mitani, play.
Mitani has to watch out now.
Yeah.
Chances are that Lee Shorey really gained so much confidence from winning the first set that, you know, she is just unstoppable.
Enrico Hiroshi played third singles in the semi-final against India, but not down on the team sheet today, needing the support of the Japanese team.
It is so much harder to generate everything yourself on these high shots landing on that baseline. Lee Shorey really have to play everything self. She's got to generate the power, the pace and everything, because she's given nothing. And that's what Mitani have to do. As soon as she's playing fast shots, Lee Shorey has a lot to play with. And one more there. There's one more there. You know, it may be not the right things to say, but I think Mitani just have to play so boring.
Yeah.
She's got to bore Lee Shorey to death.
Yeah.
Play very simple. Don't do anything like that.
Yeah, big high clear. Yeah, nicely done.
Service over. 3-5.
Goodness, they were pushing each other to the back of the court, weren't they?
Yes. That's good.
Yes, very good.
Service over. 6-3. Mitani.
Oh, the umpire's going to have a word with Mitani here. Telling her off for taking too long in between rallies.
Play.
Yeah, that is the rules, but given Mitani's match last night and her quarterfinal against Nina Kierspelt, 1 hour and 4 minutes for her quarterfinal victory, saved a match point in that one.
Yeah. She might be running out of steam.
Yeah. You said a moment ago, Morton, about Li Shuirui being so confident after taking that opening game. In total contrast, I'm seeing signs that Mitani doesn't really believe anymore. That was a good high clear, though.
They set up a nice opportunity.
Yeah.
I still think that's the way for her. I really do. But
look at that body language there of Mitani.
yes,
That's concerning.
It is. But as you say, she has worked so hard the last 2 or 3 days to get through. So, yes, I think she is running out of steam and mental strength.
Yeah. Even her very first match on Monday, which was against Germany, she went to 3 games with Karen Schnazer. And she's worked hard, has Mitani. Missed it.
Service over. 4-10. Service over. 11-4.
That was a simple mistake.
Yeah, now with a 7-point advantage in the second game, having already taken the first. Did you notice the spring in her step as she walked to the side of the court? Did you see that little skip?
Yes.
That's very telling, isn't it?
It is.
In contrast with Mitani.
Yeah.
Longest match that Li Shuirui has had so far was 39 minutes.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
We haven't even had half an hour of this yet.
Play.
So a game and 11-4 up. Ishwari. Well, the way she's playing at the moment, the Olympic champion, I have my doubts as to whether this match will last as long as her semi-final. 39 minutes yesterday against the Korean #1, Sung Ji-hyun.
Yeah, chances are this could be over within the next 6, 7, 8 minutes.
Yeah. Ball's landed in.
13-4.
Well, there was good height on that clear, but it simply wasn't deep enough, was it, Morton?
No, and Mitani has lost the spring in her legs.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a simple shot, it's well executed, but it would be a quite normal option to play that slice, forehand slice, and obviously a shot you have to cover, but she doesn't simply not have the spring in her legs to do it.
Well, they still look a little nervous, don't they, the Chinese coaches? I can only see one winner from
Yeah.
in this
No
match
need.
now.
No need so far. But it's good to see somehow they don't take it for granted. And I think a lesson was taught yesterday.
The China Thomas Cup, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Losing to Japan, 3-love. Oh, that's right in the corner. Oh, it's gone wide. I'd challenge that. I would challenge that.
Yeah, I couldn't see it for the cameraman, so.
16-4.
No. No challenge from Mitani.
Yet another sign, isn't it?
Yeah. Been a lot of shoelace problems this week for a lot of players, hasn't there?
Time to compose.
Yeah. One of the oldest tricks in the book.
Yeah.
And that's going on.
Service over. 5-17.
Sadly, I think it's just delaying the inevitable. There's the man who was beaten in the first men's singles in the Thomas Cup semi-final. Lost out to Targo, Chin Long. Rallies of the second game. We saw lots and lots of those good rallies in game #1, but I think you're absolutely spot on, Morton. I think that there's just no longer any spring in the legs of Minatsu Mitani.
18-5.
The lift was inside the double service line, I think, and therefore it really invited a big attacking smash. Yeah.
Looking at it from a tactical point of view, I think Mitani have to go home and start practicing some doubles and how to defend her body, because a lot of attacks has been going down the middle and she's not been able to cover it.
Match points have arrived in this opening singles for Li Xuerui.
Match point 5.
A little over 34 minutes. First time of asking. Chinese teammates on their feet as the world #1 and Olympic champion. Li Xuerui gets China off to the perfect start. 21-15, 21-5.
Match won by China.
Yeah, look at that.
21,
That's the start
5.
that she really wanted. I have to say, at 6-10 down, it's going through my mind. In fact, I think I mentioned about China 4 years ago in the final against Korea and the importance of the opening match and whether there was going to be a bit of a wobble or not. Well, Li Xuerui has emphatically answered any doubters like me. Brilliant performance by the world #1. Confirmation of the score, 21-15, 21-5 in 36 minutes, and China are 1-love up in the final. So once again, the confirmation of that opening match, the first women's singles, Li Shuirei beating Minatsu Mitani in 2 straight games. 36 minutes needed, and China off to the perfect start. So there we can see confirmation that after the first match, the first singles, China 1-love up against Japan in the final of the 25th staging of the Yuba Cup. So next up will be women's doubles, and then the second women's singles. Incidentally, if we get all the way down to the 5th match, the third women's singles, Akane Yamaguchi, well, she was announced as the most promising player at the BWF Awards dinner last night. A youngster who's 2-time world junior champion. I suspect, Morton, we won't probably get down to that 5th and final match.
No.